Before we move forward with the rest of this video, if you're interested in using the same platform and broker that Mitch and I use, TradeNet actually currently has a sale where you can get their base package, the intro package, for only $379. And to put that into perspective, it comes with a funded account with $14,000 in buying power to trade with. It's very similar to a prop firm, but there's also no PDT rules, so you can day trade as much as you want. It comes with a trading course and access to a trading chat room, like I said, for less than $400 at $379. For new traders, I think it's a great way to spend less when they first get started and ultimately risk less. And if you're interested in checking that out and helping support our channel, I'll include a link in the description for you to go check out. So thanks for watching and enjoy this video. Here, I'm looking at CGC now with a risk of 25 or so. So my risk would be about 25 cents. Those sevens, not a bad spread now. All right, so I'm in CGC, 100 shares. Don't really like CGC here if it breaks 35.10. Looks a little bit too strong. Yeah, I'm out. I got out of CGC. I don't like that break. I think it's going to squeeze up here. Yeah, I like CGC here. I just need to see it bounce a little bit, really. All right, there's 35s. Like I said, see a little bit of a pop up to 35.11, and I'll take it. Risking off of 35.25. All right, I jumped in with 100 shares. Maybe look to add another 100 here, but again, my risk level for CGC is 25. I'd preferably like to add a little bit more to this one at around 08 here. We'll see if we can actually get it there, though. It may just fade back down, which is fine, too. I mean, if it fades quickly here, I'll take it. But I would prefer, I think, to get a little bit better entry. There's 83s. I'm going to take half off here. I'll take it. And then try to add back on a bounce up to the VWAP. Maybe I'll add a little bit here and then add some more if it bounces back. I don't mind that. Take a little bit bigger swing. There's 04s. All right, I'm going to add one more 50 share lot. 200 shares is what I have now. $87s, 86. All right, I'm gonna take half off there. Maybe a little bit early, but I'm just trying to milk it along the way as it drops closer to the low of the range. Try to give it a little bit more time to come down to 75 with the last little bit, and I can hold the rest break even if I really wanted to. So I hope you guys can see how I'm just trading this range, right? Like, I hope you guys can understand what I'm doing here, which is just attacking, you know, this range right here. Like, this is the range that I'm trading. And so I'm trying to kind of short it around the top, which is really right around here at 35.10, and then just cover it at the bottom. And then when it bounces back to the top, I can add back to it and then cover more when it comes back down to the bottom. And so until it breaks that range, I can just keep rinsing and repeating what's working, which is just attacking that range. And like, that's all I'm doing here. It works exceptionally well, and it's pretty reliable, as you can see, because you can see the very obvious range there. There's 81s. I'm going to take a little bit more off there. So I took another half off there. And yeah, now I can let the last little 50 shares work in case it actually does break the range. But you can see it came back down to the bottom of that range. And so that's where I'm covering. And again, I can leave this last little bit if it does actually break the range. But if not, I'm not risking a ton because a lot of the time it's going to bounce here. And I think with momentum, I think a lot of people are just trying to jump in on these breaks right here. And I think that's a crazy strategy, you know, because you're going to get reversed and faked out so much that your accuracy is probably going to be terrible. But again, I think a lot of people are trying to do it. And yeah, it may work really well sometimes. But I think most of the time, if you're trying to get in on these breaks, you're just going to get faked out a ton. And so I would much rather just trade the range, you know, short it at the top, cover it at the bottom. That way, if it fakes out, that's fine. It doesn't matter because I'm covering right around there anyway. All right, so here's the test of the real low of this range, 78s, 79s. Like I said, we'd love to see a break here, but we've already scaled out of most of it. And so Alright, I got out here at 72 with the last little bit. It's just taking too long. It might actually break and maybe it faked me out, but not a bad, solid little gain there. What I look for, and the way I've been attacking fades lately, and like this is a good little lesson on how I've been doing it lately and why my accuracy has been pretty solid the last few weeks, is that if you look at CGC here, what I've been waiting for, let me clear this down. So if you guys want to see what I've been doing, this is essentially what I've been doing. So I'm waiting for the stock to put in a very obvious high. So like right here, I'm waiting for that move right there on CGC. This move up to 35.25, which is the $0.25. And so I'm waiting for a move like that and then a rejection all the way back down. And then once it gets rejected and it breaks back underneath the VWAP, it's super likely that it's going to come back down to the bottom of this range down here. It's just extremely likely that that's what we're going to get. And so what I've been doing a lot is I've been jumping in here and then adding it back on these pullbacks. Because again, it just looks super weak up to that point. It puts in a really obvious high up here and then it gets flushed all the way back down to the bottom of the range. That just shows so much weakness that on any subsequent bounces back to the VWAP, I'm adding my shares back. And I'm just trying to scale in a little bit more to have a little bit larger of a gain because I feel like it's going to at least pivot back to the bottom of the range like it did here. And so that's what I've been doing every day, and it works ridiculously well. And so that's why you'll see me wait a little bit longer in the day to attack these strategies because, you know, sometimes it takes a little while for the stocks to set up like this. You know, sometimes it takes a little while for the stocks to put in a high like this and then get rejected and come back down to the bottom of the range, if that makes sense. And so sometimes it takes a little while to make it work, and that's why my trades have been a little bit later in the day sometimes. And that's why I've been attacking them a little bit later in the day. But I hope that makes sense for everybody because that's essentially what I've been doing. And the kind of, you know, trading's a constant progression into where I used to just attack VWAP fades. Now I'm attacking them in a much different way.